all stems from the Somalian affair.
Yes.
It's been holding this whole thing back for over 25 years now, right? So
Yeah.
without that, I think we wouldn't have had a problem with moving forward. It's just that tarnishment in our reputation as forces, and the disappointment of Canadians if they found out the truth, because already
there's going to be some careers lost over that, you know what I mean? And distinguished members of Parliament, distinguished members of bureaucracies of Health Canada, and military people, you know, who are responsible for these decisions. Their credibility is gone. All their nice little awards that they've received are in jeopardy. Their activities were criminal.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure. And you know, the groups that exist at the top echelons of power are all helping each other protect each other, and they're in these positions of authority. So it's almost like you're up against the great beast, because everyone is saying this through authority, and it's us grassroots people who are nobodies basically, and people that, you know, see this kind of authority as valid to try and get our point across. But I think if we run into cognitive dissonance, I think you're familiar with that term, where people will hear something and they'll have a different world belief, and it rubs their belief system the wrong way, so they immediately don't want to hear what you have to say, or completely call you a conspiracy theorist or something like that.
You're describing social media right now.
Yeah. The battle out there, you gotta really wear your armor thick if you're gonna get online, because there's some people out there that are gonna rub you the wrong way wherever you go. You just gotta be able to take the higher path. I've been doing that, trying to anyway. Don't engage with the trolls.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a few quick discussions that went nowhere, and I learned quickly just to shut them down by not responding. And
I get triggered from people all the time, so I'm constantly trying to put out my own internal fires when I see idiocy online like everyone else. But nothing you can do about it. You could spend all day trying to get your point across. Some people just will never accept the truth, objective or not. There's something called moral relativists. They don't believe in right and wrong, and that everyone can just make up their own idea of what exists and what's truth. You know, solipsism.
Yeah.
Sort of a solipsist, but basically that's what they believe. There's no right and wrong, and there's a better group of us out here that believe in, you know, doing the right thing, and that there is objective truth through evidence and reality. So it's been a hard thing to keep going. And one thing I want to talk about, maybe if you want to get onto, is like maybe helping some people feel validated, or like through some of the things that I've come to realize, like say one of the issues I have is in discussions or even debate in relationships or with friends, I get mental confusion. That's been one of the things that has been hard for me, because your wife might want to talk to you about something important, or maybe you're having a slightly heated argument or debate with a loved one. In those moments, I find that my brain just can't come up with the answers, and it's frustrating for the partner or friend to try and have discourse with you because your brain just won't work. And then it leads to frustration, which causes Mefloquine rage triggers, and then it ends up in an argument. And then you have to go through that whole guilt trip and whatnot later after it's over, you know.
Yeah, so
I don't know if you experience the same thing or not, or.
Yeah, absolutely. The more time I spend doing what we're doing right now, the more problems I have exactly in that regard. So my wife is kind of, she understands that this has to be done. No one else is going to do it, kind of deal, unless we do it. But at the same time, she's like, okay, you got to start drawing a line, and you need to do less of this, because the more you do of this, the more your capacity to follow what I'm saying in a conversation is affected. The more reactive you are, the more or difficulty I have with controlling my level of anger or my crankiness, kind of if I can downplay that a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Moodiness. It's a mood disorder, so it's like
yeah,
we can be bitchy, you know.
yeah, and you know, still I completely withdraw, and emotionally it's shut down. I'm here. I'm not responding negatively, but I'm not engaged. You know what I mean? She says, like talking to the wall. She'll tell me something, and then I'll come around a couple hours later and say, hey, you know, what about this? And she said, I just finished telling you that. My engagement's not there. And the more
Yeah.
I do this, the more that happens.
Yeah, I have the same issues when I get to that point of anger, because I feel like I do practice pretty good patience, but there are times when I'm tired. I've had a lot to do that day, so I'm overwhelmed and I just need to shut my brain off. But I'm a father of 4, so that doesn't always happen. You have things you need to do. And I'll push myself to the point of having an anger triggered moment like that.
Yeah.
And I was trying to give advice because a lot of people are coming to my page now and asking about the Mefloquine rage thing, because it's the hardest thing to control and most devastating. Like you've heard Dave Bona give his testimony of how it hurts his family, and I'm the same. Like it's just something difficult to manage with the rage, because you never know, one little stupid thing is going to set you off and you're, you know, very upset all of a sudden over a small minuscule thing that shouldn't really make you that upset.
Yeah.
And then go, you know,
Well,
jack up your family basically.
the other reason for these videos is exactly that. Rather than having to say it over and over and over again, now you can just click the link and say, here, watch this, right? Because you know that way it's like, okay, this isn't just me. This is Brandon. This is John. This is Dave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are all people who have learned to control their diet, who have learned to control their, as a result, have now can control their brain. These are all people who have been through the struggles that you're struggling with. This is what we did, how we did it, and this is why. So now we can just, you know, like here's Brandon's take on it. Here's John's. Here's Dave's. Here's Stefan's. You know,